Have you ever wondered why one t-shirt feels like a light summer breeze while another feels like a heavy winter blanket? Well, it all comes down to a secret code hidden inside the fabric. And in this explainer, we are going to crack that code together. You know the feeling, right? That airy, barely there lightness of a summer t-shirt compared to the thick, cozy warmth of a fleece hoodie. I mean, they're both fabric, but the difference is, well, it's huge. So what's really going on here? The big secret, the answer to the mystery, is something called yarn count. It's just a single number, but it determines pretty much everything about a fabric: its weight, how it feels, and even what season you're supposed to wear it in. It's the key to really understanding your clothes. All right, so let's dive right into the yarn count mystery. I want you to think of it like learning the language of fabric, because once you get it, you're gonna see your clothes in a whole new light. So what is yarn count exactly? Put simply, it's just a measurement. It's a unit that tells you how thick or how thin a single strand of yarn is. It's basically the blueprint, the DNA of the fabric that's going to be made from it. And why should you care about this? Because yarn count is like a crystal ball. It predicts whether a fabric is going to be soft and flowy or tough and structured. It's the difference between something you'd wear in a summer heat wave versus something for a winter blizzard. Okay, now this is where things get a little interesting. You see, there are actually two different ways to measure yarn count. And the first one, well, it's a little bit backwards. It's called the indirect system. So the key to this whole indirect system is this one simple rule. The higher the count number, the thinner the yarn. I know, it feels totally counterintuitive, but trust me, there's a logic to it, as you're about to see. This system is often called the English count, or just NEI. It all starts with a fixed weight, exactly 1 pound of yarn. Then, it asks the question, how much length can we possibly get from this 1 pound? The length is measured in 840-yard units called hanks. So, if you see a yarn labeled 30 NEI, it just means you can get 30 of these hanks from that single pound. The more hanks you can squeeze out, the thinner that yarn has to be. Makes sense, right? And here's what that actually looks like in your closet. A really high knee count, like a 31:1, gives you that super thin, lightweight yarn that's perfect for a summer tee. But a low knee count, say 16:1, means the yarn is much thicker and bulkier. That's the stuff that makes those warm, heavy fleece hoodies. But just when you think you've got it all figured out, the world of textiles throws you a curveball. Yep, there's a second system, called the direct system, and it works in the complete opposite way. So here they are, side by side, the two systems in a nutshell. On the left, you've got the indirect system. Higher count means thinner yarn. And on the right, the direct system. Higher count means thicker yarn. See? Way more intuitive. So how does this more straightforward system work? Well, instead of starting with a fixed weight, it starts with a fixed length. Then it just measures the weight of that specific length. Tex, for example, measures the weight in grams of 1,000 meters. And denier, which you see all the time in performance gear, measures the weight of a massive 9,000 meters of yarn. Simple and direct. This makes it so much easier to wrap your head around. If you see a label that says 50D, or 50 denier, it literally means that if you took a 9,000 meter long piece of that yarn, it would weigh exactly 50 grams. So the higher the number, the heavier, and of course, the thicker the yarn. Okay, so we've got two completely opposite systems. How on earth do we translate between them? Well, it is time for a conversion cheat sheet. This is your key to finally cracking the code. Now, you don't need to be a math genius, I promise, but these two little formulas right here are your secret weapon. If you can remember these, you'll be able to compare an N t-shirt to a denier jacket like a total pro. But hey, let's make it even more practical. Take a look at this table. It shows the most common counts you'll actually see out there in the knit industry. You can see how a 16 NE is perfect for heavy fleece, while a 40 NE is used for those paper-thin fabrics. And then on the denier side, that 50 to 100D range is great for soft knits, while anything over 150D is for that heavy-duty performance stuff. And here's a fantastic little pro tip to really drive this point home. Since a higher denier number means a heavier, thicker fabric, trying to make a t-shirt out of 500D yarn would probably be a terrible idea. I mean, it would be a workout just to wear it. So there you have it. You've officially cracked the yarn count code. And this isn't just about random numbers and facts. This is a brand new superpower that's going to change the way you look at your clothes forever. You know, the final word from our source on this really just sums it up perfectly, and with a bit of a laugh. It goes, if you understand count, you'll understand fabric's nature. If you don't, the fabric will make you dance. Basically, if you don't get it, you're just at the mercy of the materials. And this knowledge isn't just for fashion designers or anything. Whether you're a textile student, a merchandiser buying for a store, or really just anyone who's curious about the clothes you put on your back every single day, understanding yarn count gives you the power to choose wisely. So, the next time you're out shopping, just take a second. Feel the weight of the fabric. Look closely at the weave. Now that you know its deepest secret, what story is that fabric telling you? Thanks for tuning in.